Hey, it's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
All right, that's coming to the Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest. Dustin Lynch, Mackenzie Porter, Thinking About You. It got me thinking about that song. It's a duet, so maybe Jody Messina will come out and duet on Thinking About You since Mackenzie Porter won't be there.
Well,
wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
I think it'd be great. Dustin Lynch's big one there, Thinking About You. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. Good Thursday, 6:10, right now 47 degrees. As you tackle the day, normally it is a Throwback Thursday for us. The Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge is coming up. But today is also National Taffy Day.
Oh.
It's World Turtle Day. Lucky Penny Day. We were talking about lucky things yesterday. International Synthesizer Day. World Wrestling Day, National Drinking with Chickens Day.
Really? Drinking with chickens?
There you go. Now
that might be.
That's something country.
My neighbors could actually do that. They have chickens.
They got them walking around.
Right in their backyard.
Our neighbor has chickens too, and they're so well trained. They go right back to their little coop, and they're like and World Day Against Melanoma. So there you go. A couple things that are going on today.
Okay.
If you're just curious. I am more like you. I'm fascinated with the National Drinking with Chickens. As I'm
Why not?
Looking at the day, I'm like, that's an interesting day there for you. We're going to work on some Facebook, fun to get your day started. Also, Nashville news, other people's problems, and Tim McGraw, Los Angeles, a code coming down at 8:20 this morning.
Carly Pierce opens for him, and she's fantastic.
Yeah, super excited about that. So that first code coming down at 8:20. And to wrap all of it off, top it all off for you, of course, the Walla Walla Music Fest is coming too. So 7:20.
And we do have a lot of tickets for that.
Yeah, so we'll give those away at 7:20. So a lot to get to. Grab your first cup of coffee, dig in. Let's get the kids up. Let's get the day started. You got Rick and Patty, KORD.
Starting your day the right way with the KORD Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD. Have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? Make sure you have our app, so when you connect your device, we can go everywhere together.
And number one for New Country, it's 1027 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Good morning. 6:22. People are already running the dike. I see. There they go.
It's nice out.
It is nice outside. 47 degrees, cloudy skies for you on this Throwback Thursday. As always, on a Throwback Thursday, if you want to hear something, let us know in the app chat feature. Of course, you can always call us. Any song you want to hear? You want to hear some Reba this morning?
I'd like to hear some George Strait.
George Strait. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite George Strait song of all time?
Baby Blue. That's my favorite of all time.
Man, that is digging deep.
You asked.
Well, Baby Blue, I played that at my very first radio station way back in 1988.
That was like I played at my very first country station.
Yes, same here. So yeah, Baby Blue, great George Strait song.
Amarillo by Morning.
Amarillo,
yeah.
The good news, I think I was in high school or I was in junior high or grade school when that one was out. Thank goodness. Woo,
Sadly,
not that old yet.
No, but when I was I didn't even know about country music.
Yeah.
When I was in high school. No.
Oh, we've talked about how I
had all the pop stations going on.
Oh, my gosh. I grew up on pop, of course. That's my fave. But my adopted parents were huge country fans. So,
really?
So to me, it was funny growing up with them. It's like, because you're a kid, you're like, I don't like anything that the parents like, right?
Is that
so? But groups like Alabama.
Oh, yes.
Was for me. Ronnie Millsap. So I liked
old school Alabama.
Kenny Rogers, Dolly.
Yes.
I mean, I was more in that vein, and I've come to really appreciate Randy Travis, Alan Jackson, all those artists later. But as a kid, I was like, ugh, But
so as a kid, I
love
remember.
them.
Well, Crystal Gale and Kenny Rogers were.
Don't make Brown Eyes Blue, of course.
Well,
Crystal Gale,
yes,
all
and
that.
then Eddie Rabbit.
Yeah, I always thought it was cool that Crystal Gale was Loretta Lynn's cousin. I thought,
I never even knew that until I started working in country music.
I was like, yeah, it's cool. They're cousins and all that. So, but I was there when the Judge came along and Garth came along and all.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Alan. I remember when Don't Rock the Jukebox came out. I went and bought that album. Because I was like, I love that album.
Yeah.
And I remember when Billy Ray Cyrus came along, Achy Breaky. Played that.
He had quite the mullet.
He did.
Oh, he was hot.
Yeah, I was working at a radio station in Montana, so we played Achy Breaky.
Achy Breaky Heart.
We played Achy Breaky Heart.
Yeah. That's an old one. Yes.
So Throwback Thursday. If you want to hear something on your Throwback Thursday, let us know. Hopefully we jogged your memory a little bit on some of this. So
I've just got Randy Travis digging up bones.
Oh, great song. So I used to work midnight to 6 in the middle of the night, and some gal would call in and go, "Hey, can you play Digging Up Bones by Randy Travis?" You betcha. We got it. And so, yeah, Randy Travis, man, he was great.
Hey, was that the radio station when you were talking about your parents when the guy would come on? We have a winner.
No, that was across town. But it was so funny. Before we go to break, my mother, my biological mom, would call the radio station I used to work at, and she called drunk. And,
oh no!
And she goes, "My son works here. Play my song." And so the radio station eventually had to call me and go, "Hey, can you tell your mom not to call the radio station anymore when she's drunk?" And I was like, I said, "I don't work there, man. I work at this other radio station." But it was funny. It was like, I said, "Oh yeah,
call
sure."
Rick. His mom keeps calling.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
no.
did. They literally called me out of the blue. "Hey, can you tell your mom to quit calling? And she keeps saying that you work here and that she's drunk and wants to hear a song. And why
And you're
can't
like,
she hear
that was 10 years ago.
It was. So anyway, there you go. So yeah, there's a good throwback memory for you right there. My mom calling the radio station drunk. All right, Jelly Roll's coming up. You want to hear something? 547 KORD app chat is what you want to hear on this Throwback Thursday. We'll get to it. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show, #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Nashville news. What is going on in Music City?
Well, Morgan Wallen's name will not be lighting up outside his new Nashville bar due to his bad behavior. Nashville's Metro Council voted against a neon sign. Morgan Wallen was recently arrested for reckless endangerment and disorderly conduct for, if you remember, throwing that chair off a rooftop bar. Council member Jordan Huffman called Wallen's actions hateful and harmful. Meanwhile, the sale of Graceland is all on hold. Elvis Presley's granddaughter has halted that sale foreclosure auction through legal filings. Actress Riley Keough was granted control of Elvis Presley's mansion after her mom, Lisa Marie Presley, died last year. A Tennessee judge ruled on Wednesday that the company trying to sell it likely committed fraud. Cole Swindell is kicking off his headlining Win the Night tour in the United States this week. Cole visited Canada for a few days before heading back to the States. He's going to be performing in Brandon, Mississippi on Friday, the 24th. The tour does include dozens of shows through November 15th, and tickets are on sale right now. Finally, Lainey Wilson is announced as the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry. The reigning ACM and CMA Entertainer of the Year has been invited to join the coveted family by country music legend Reba McEntire. Here's Lainey now.
And it is so crazy that you were asking me to be a member because I look up to you so much. I'm not talking about just musically, but the way that you carry yourself and your work ethic.
So Reba extended that invite. I know.
sweet.
I think so too.
It is.
Reba did that during Tuesday evening's final of The Voice on NBC. Lainey's official induction date happens on June 7th. And those are your trending headlines.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Hey, this is Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw's Standing Room Only Tour hits the fabulous Forum in LA this June, and we want you to be there. Get the contest codes at 820, 1020, 120, 420, and 720, and enter them on our app.
Thank y'all so much. We had a great time this evening. I hope you enjoyed it.
Grand prize winner gets show tickets for them and a guest, airfare, hotel, and $500 cash. Get contest rules and more info on our app. Brought to you by Big Machine Records. #1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
1027 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you at 6:52. Right now, 47 degrees, cloudy skies. And Tim McGraw, that great flyaway. Yes, the code's coming down at 8:20 this morning. So have your KORD mobile app ready to go 5 times a day. The code comes down. All right, Facebook fun to get your day started. Here you go. This is already going crazy on Facebook. What are your driving pet peeves?
When people actually have their turn signal on and it's just left on.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? And I'm
yeah.
like,
I'm always gun shy. I'm like, are you gonna turn? What are you gonna do here? Yeah. When you go on, it's funny when you go onto the Lewis Street exit right here, the bridge there.
Yes.
When people are going left or right.
Yes.
It's like use your signal, and you'll be like you'll inch yourself out there. And the guy won't, you know what I'm saying, he'll just go, you know, you just don't know which way they're going to go there. So, yeah.
Are you patient with that zipper merge that's going on?
Yeah, I love
Somebody
it.
tried to, I was going yesterday and there was a gal and we made eye contact, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's my turn.
Right.
You know what I mean? You go,
It
with
says-
my
it-
car,
it-
your
it-
car, you know what I
It
mean?
even says take turns.
Yes.
And I love that the
And she sped up. I was like,
Yeah. I don't get it. But
I'm already in the lane that
Right.
she's trying to get into.
I actually believe that zipper merge right there at the Blue Bridge is actually coming off from Lewis Street. Normally, that was going to be my number one pet peeve. If you're not passing, where are you supposed to be? The right lane.
That's right.
And so when you're coming off Lewis Street right here and you're coming on to the Blue Bridge, if you're in
That's an odd merge anyways because you're merging from
the left.
Yeah.
So that's why I like the zipper merge right now because you're
Yes,
forcing
we're up.
people to slow down and go one at a time there.
Yes.
And then people, of course, like a few weeks back, it was my favorite thing. I'm sorry, I love Karma. I'm sorry, I love it. And WSP was out there, and when they weren't taking turns, he was pulling them over. Like he said, if you cut out, if you were not taking turns,
Is that Trooper Thorson out there?
I think it might have been, but I loved it. I was like, yeah,
Yes.
you get them because
well,
it's like
you have to be patient.
stop being rude.
Well,
I mean, don't be rude, basically. Yeah,
And if you follow it, it works.
And then I always, for me, right at Olympia where I live on 27th, there's the Shell station. People try to cut across the weirdest ways of traffic there. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, don't go.
Yeah. No.
You've got 3 lanes of traffic. People turning, people going left. And they try to cut the wrong.
Of course they do. I know.
the wrong direction.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, you got to get, back out, go around because you're trying to. Cut
Everybody is in such a hurry.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But if you follow it, that's the most efficient way.
yeah, I don't.
You have to be patient,
I don't-
people.
I get it. So there we go. We're gonna have some fun with you. It's already posted. Ton of comments already. Pet peeves. Drivers who don't know the right of way. Amy says having to do it. Thank you, Amy. I mean, it does get frustrating. Oh yeah, Kelly. Drivers that don't know how to go through roundabouts. Also, drivers that don't use blinkers. I was following a guy. I think he was from Colorado. The poor guy. I knew he was from out of state because he came up on the roundabout. He just stopped.
I know.
There was nobody in the roundabout. He just stopped, and I went. Okay, he's from Colorado, and I hit my brakes. I'm like, oh gosh, we got to yield, Anyway, so there you go. That'll be fun. What are your driving pet peeves? Add to the list. We want to know. You got Rick and Patty, KORD.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number 1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
RD, you got Rick, you got Patty. Good morning. 7-Eleven, great to be with you. Walla Walla Music Fest is coming up here, not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yep.
Going to be awesome. We'll give you a chance to win some of those tickets at 7:20. Before we get to that, though, this is going to be interesting with other people's
Darcy.
problems. Darcy and Walla Walla, what is going on with Darcy?
Rick and Patty, my fiance, and I are in the final stages of our marital counseling. On Monday night, we hit a snag with our counselor. We were talking about compromise when my fiance said, we will make all of our decisions together because the relationship should be 50-50. I disagreed. He was stunned when I did. I told our counselor that I believe the breadwinner in a relationship should have the final say in all important decisions. In our case, I'm the breadwinner, and I believe I should have the final say on all important decisions. My fiance doesn't agree with that, of course. He says great relationships work because they're 50-50. I believe that and also believe that the breadwinner should have the final say. Where do you stand on this? Darcy and Walla Walla.
In my youth, I would have said something stupid like, yeah, I'm the breadwinner and my way or the highway in my youth. Patty, what do you think on this situation? Should the breadwinner get the final say in different things?
No,
Okay.
because we're both knowledgeable about different items or
Okay.
situations.
What if you were paying for the entire project yourself? Like
Yes, then I would have the final say. Yes.
So it's like my wife and I. We've talked about a lot about this on the radio. Our finances are separate, right?
Yeah.
She has her whole salary to herself. Like I don't ask for money. I just don't. Right? I pay anything about the house, utilities, anything related to the house. 99.9%, it's usually me paying. If there's repairs, it's me.
Yeah.
I save up, I pay for the repairs. So again, there are times where I'm like, I want to say something, but I need to bite my tongue because I am in a relationship with my wife. You know what I mean? She's my wife, and she should, instead of just saying, well, I'm the breadwinner, I make the calls. It's like, I don't know about that.
So we both Jeff and I, we each have taken out loans for, we had our flooring done. I took the loan out for that. He took the loan out for, we had to, have a HVAC upgrade.
Right.
Air conditioning. And he took care of
That's
that.
kind of so you're 50-50 on
Yes,
this. You're 50-50 on this. Absolutely. the old term for me is happy wife, happy life.
That's true,
And I
don't
know
you
when
think?
my wife's mad at me, which she is mad at me right now. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it either, because
so I'm like, what can I do to make this, make you happy? I mean, I like it when she's happy because then I feel good about my life.
Well, you'd like to coexist.
I want to go
on great terms.
Exactly.
It's no fun when somebody's got a scowl.
Exactly. So, and it's I don't know. It's never good to tell the other person I'm the breadwinner. I don't know. That doesn't fly. I mean, even if you want to say it, you don't say it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to say it, because that is just not.
Well, everybody spends their money differently, and some people are savers. Some people blow it.
Right.
If I have cash, it's gone. Within a matter of hours.
Right. So yeah.
I
So
mean,
it just depends, right? So in your household, and you both said you're pretty equal for the most part.
Yeah.
So there is really
It
no
is
bread.
equal.
There really is no breadwinner
No.
in your household. So in our household, I am the breadwinner to some extent, but my wife is catching me. She took a job at the site. It won't be long before she catches me and places by me. I even tell her, you're gonna be
you just said you would say that in your younger.
I know, but I was like, I told her, I said, working at the site, within a year or two, you're going to definitely be the breadwinner in this household, and I'm coming to my sugar mama and going to make you pay. You got the money, you can pay these.
Well, that's right.
All right, so there's already a ton of comments on Facebook. What would you do in this situation? Darcy, we're here to help you. I don't know. Did you step in it, Darcy? We're going to find out. 547-KORD. App chat us. Should the breadwinner get the final say in a household? We want to know. You got Rick and Patty.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Jelly Roll, halfway to hell, his latest, number one for New Country. It's 1027 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Great to be with you. Good morning. 724 on this Throwback Thursday. 51 degrees for you. Get ready for an adrenaline-pumping day. Crash Fest, Demolition Derby, Walla Walla Crash Fest, June 1st. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Holy smokes. Listen to that voice. Wow.
Thrilling event promises to be Sunday. Motorsports enthusiasts, festival goers alike, featured an action-packed lineup of races, demolition derbies. You got the trophy dash, you got the small car demo, large car demo, the demolition derby, June 1st right there. Walla Walla. It's going to be fun, Patty, right?
All I know, it's all about hot rods.
That's
We've
right.
got tickets to the Demolition Derby Crash Fest.
There you go. I just want to get everybody's attention about it. I just want to get people's attention that we're giving away tickets. How about that for the Demolition Derby? And I'll let you pick out the callers. What do you want here,
We're going
Pat?
to take, how about callers 3, 4, and 5?
3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5 will be able to go to the Demolition Derby Walla Walla Crash Fest June 1st, just around the corner. 3, 4, and 5. Callers 3, 4, and 5. You win next with 1027.
What's the number?
Oh, 547 KORD. 547 KORD. 547 KORD. 3, 4, 5. Those callers win next. 1053.
How about 102.7 KORD?
You threw
we'll
me-
hook up with you on the phone.
you
I
threw
know
me
I didn't
off.
mean to throw you off, but I'm like, if we're gonna
Throwing numbers out. Demolition Derby. Call now. You win. It's KORD.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD.
Hey, this is Tim McGraw.
He's one of country music's biggest stars, and you can see him live with Carly Pierce in L.A. Listen for the Tim McGraw contest codes at 820, 1020, 120, 420, and 720, and enter them on our app.
Y'all take care of each other. We'll see you down the road.
Grand prize winner gets concert tickets for them and a friend, airfare, hotel, and $500 cash. Get contest rules and more info on our app. Brought to you by Big Machine Records. Number one for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Thursday means the Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge. Do that for you here in just about 15 minutes or so. So we already asked this on the Facebook page. Here you go. Driving pet peeves had some great calls.
There's a lot of people on it.
That's exactly. Well, 43.8 million Americans are expected to be traveling over the holiday season. And again, they're saying airports are going to be, since 2005, going to be overflowing as well for the first time.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, everybody wants to get out of town. I get it. Everybody just wants to get on the road, do something, stretch their wings, fly, all those things. So we asked you earlier on the Facebook, what was your driving pet peeve? Mine will be hanging in the left lane. I'm going to throw that out there today. Number one, it's illegal unless you're passing in Washington. And nothing is more infuriating than somebody in the left lane just hanging there. Like, really?
Well, if you're hanging there, you better be going
Right.
over the speed limit. I mean, I thought that left lane is just strictly for passing.
It is supposed to be. It is, exactly. So when you're going down 395, any of it, you're all supposed to be technically in the right lane there. So been taking your calls, 547-KORD, and share some of your driving pet peeves. What's your driving pet peeve?
The main one is, are we sure that the laws haven't changed? Because there are so many left lane drivers.
Oh, yeah.
The left lane is for passing.
Thank you. See, everybody,
We just had that conversation.
We just had that.
Right?
Everybody's agreeing. 547-KORD, driving pet peeve. What do you got?
One that is rarely talked about. My biggest driving pet peeve, period. When someone turns on the turn signal too early.
Oh.
So then you think they're turning, they're not. You think they're turning, they're not. And it's just a constant game of like a half a mile of turns
Right.
that aren't existing.
Right. Absolutely. So there you go. That's
Well,
let's
how-
get to
how
your point. Not using their blinkers at all?
How about when somebody leaves the turn signal on? Like,
Oh, yeah.
if it, and they're
I-
driving literally for miles with the turn signal on.
So my wife gives me a lot of crap about this because I will say if someone does some bad driving, I say, what are they, 85? And she goes, you don't know that they're old. Or I said it's an old man with a ball cap. And she's like, you don't know that. I'm
but
like,
what happens when you pull up and see?
oh, I think it's an old man with a ball cap. I don't care. I don't care if it's an old. I really envision an old man with a ball cap. Yeah, her and I go around and around about it, and she goes, "You make judgments about other."
I was just going to say, you judge drivers.
Oh, if you drive like an 85-year-old grandpa with a ball cap, I'm going to call you out on it. Absolutely. So yeah, I hear what you're saying on some of these.
So my husband called in and said, and it happened just the other day when I think we were on Clearwater and somebody was turning to go into a business.
Yeah.
They literally stopped and then turned in. I mean,
right,
like,
a full stop. Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, full stop. Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Make the turn. Make the turn.
it's kind of like with you at the roundabout. You don't if you don't have to stop. I mean, I get you slow down, right? You yield to,
And then you looked in the car and it was an old man with a ball cap. I'm sure it was.
It was an old woman.
Oh, well, she was putting on her ball cap then as well. So there you go. So driving pet peeves. If you got one, we taking your calls. 547-KORD. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD.
50 still on my bucket list. I'm so jealous of the person we sent off to Phoenix, Arizona to see Luke because he's still on my bucket list. I've never seen Luke Combs in live, and he's the guy. Thomas Rhett is on my list, which I'll get to see Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest.
I'm going to that. I can't wait.
Well, I love Thomas's dad, Rhett Akins. That ain't my truck.
Yeah.
So I got to meet his dad many years ago, and I'm a big fan of his dad, Rhett Akins. And so at Thomas Rhett, I want to meet too as well.
heck
so,
yes.
But again, Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest, tickets on the way. Keep it here to KORD to win those because we're excited about that. Jody Messina, Dustin Lynch, going to be awesome. Our flyaway to Tim McGraw, our first code coming down here in just about 30 minutes too. So lots of great flyaways that Patty and I are not allowed to win.
It doesn't matter. It's cool to bring it about. I mean,
Exactly.
we got it going on here.
Love giving it away for you, and 820, that first code dropping for Tim McGraw. All right, it's Thursday, which means it's time for the Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge,
Yep,
Patty.
it's your opportunity to win a 2-month subscription to Netflix. We play a famous movie clip. You correctly identify it by giving us a call at 547-KORD. You do it correctly, you get the 2-month subscription of Netflix.
All right, this is a classic movie from the early 90s. Take a listen, figure it out, 547-KORD, and you win next with Numerica. Take a listen, here it is.
Let's not get caught. What are you talking about? Let's keep going. What do you mean? Go. You sure? Yeah.
You know it.
I do know it.
You do know it, of course it is. Yeah, what are they doing? What are they doing? What's the movie? Good morning, KORD. Got a guess for us. What's the movie?
Thelma and Louise.
Thelma
Yes.
and Louise, absolutely,
Yes.
baby. Before they go off the cliff, baby. That's the way you go. It's like, yeah, that's if you got to go, there you go. who-
I just remember the
Awesome.
yeah, who's this morning? What's your name?
This is Monty.
Well, congratulations.
Wow, this is your day, Monty.
Man, you got some tickets earlier, and you got this too as well, which we love. And Thelma and Louise, I was wondering if anybody's going to get that.
Remember Brad Pitt?
Yep, Brad Pitt.
I mean,
I think that's the movie.
It's been a long time since I've seen that show,
Yeah.
but that's probably the best lines in the whole show.
Yeah, when they
Absolutely.
then they grab it. Yeah, when they drive off the cliff there. So there you go. Well, Monty, congratulations. You are a winner. Hang on. Can you take care of Monty, okay?
I just hit the hole.
Oh, all right, Monty, hang on here. We're going to take care of. Well, we'll do it all over again. It was Thelma and Louise. There you go.
That's a classic one.
It was
Man.
a classic one. Good one today. So, Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge. Do it every week this time, 7:50 on Thursday. Don't miss out next week. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show, number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. Have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? Make sure you have our app, so when you connect your device, we can go everywhere together.
Tyler Hubbard, his latest Back Then right now. It's 8:08. Tyler said in a recent interview he was definitely trying to go for an 80s vibe on that. And I feel that song. I'm like, yeah, that takes me back. You know?
I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, it's a great
I
one.
always play it loud and proud.
Absolutely, and excited when Tyler finally gets to the Northwest so we can actually give away some tickets and go see him. Going to be a great show. On the way, other people's problems. Is the breadwinner the final say in the household? This Darcy thinks that she's getting ready to get married, and she told her fiance, breadwinner makes the calls, man. So we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. But you know what? Speaking of bread, speaking of money, thinking about saving money, Patty's got a solution for you.
I do. Campbell and Company. You hear me talking about them all the time. And you're not necessarily feeling it today, but you will when summer hits. In fact, it's going to be like one of the hottest summers on record. And Campbell and Company understands that having air conditioning working is what you need. In fact, they have been voted the number 1 HVAC company in the Tri-Cities and Yakima year after year after year because they know what they're doing. They are the go-to experts to keep your home comfortable and cool all summer long. You don't want to get into summer and then boom, it breaks down. Why not have Campbell and Company come on now and make sure that it's up to speed and going? And I might recommend to you, they have the Trust Right service plan. I'm on it for HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. And they actually call you to make an appointment to keep your systems going. And also something now that I just saw, and it's at trustcampbell.com. Do you know that they are diving into solar?
Wow. Very
So
cool.
if you're interested in that, give Campbell and Company a call. Their number is 509-591-9887. Or you can, check them out online. It's trustcampbell.com.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD. No need to wait for AI. Catch us now on Google Home and Alexa devices. Open our app for more info.
Patty, great to be with you. 56 degrees, whole lot of sunshine for the day. And again, Tim McGraw, if you want some sunshine, Los Angeles is going to get you there and give it to you, give you a bunch of sunshine. So here you go. The code is 845 right now. 845, our Tim McGraw flyaway. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Where do I find that on the app? I don't see it.
Right in the middle of your app. You open up your app. It's sitting right there, right beneath the big story.
Yeah, it's right beneath the, the trending or the featured stories.
Yep.
And it's in the left in that gray or black bar.
And it says Tim McGraw in L.A.
Yes.
Hit on that. Then once you're in, you got to scroll down a little ways, and then that's where you put your code in. So good luck. There you go. The code right now is 845-845. So Darcy in Walla Walla has this question. Is the breadwinner in a household the final word? What is Darcy talking about?
She says that they should have the last say, the final say in all important decisions. She said in our case, I'm the breadwinner. I believe I should have the final say on all important decisions, but my fiance doesn't agree with that.
I don't know if it's going to go well for you, but we'll go to the comments. What are people on Facebook saying about this situation?
Well, right at the top, Alicia says, would you be so adamant if he was the breadwinner? I do agree that most things should be 50-50, and there are a few that shouldn't. Being the breadwinner shouldn't be, on who gets the final say.
Yeah, and Amy says, there's no breadwinning in a relationship, just working together. We've had periods where my husband made more and periods where I made more. I would never hold that over him. He will typically ask a question to me because he is an impulsive decision maker while I thoroughly think things through and consider all angles. I would never disregard his feelings just because I'm the, quote, breadwinner, and that's from Amy.
Danielle says, sheesh, you sound like an entitled brat. Liz says, I don't think you understand how a marriage should work. And Derek says, marriage isn't 50-50. It's 100-100. No relationship should be one-sided.
Yeah, Jason says, I think the only reason you don't want it to be 50-50 is because you are the breadwinner. If the rules were reversed, you wouldn't think that guaranteed. Get over yourself. That's from Jason.
I always like Levi. He should run as fast, as far, and as far as he can. Egomaniac and control. This has red flag written all over it.
Lacey says, I guess don't know what decisions you're referring to. If you decide to buy a house or a boat because it's a major decision, wouldn't that be something you'd want to do together? If you decide to have kids or adopt a pet, shouldn't that be a decision together? If the breadwinner wants to buy one house and the other person doesn't want that particular house, but since the breadwinner gets the final say, the partner is for sure going to have negative feelings towards the house and the process. And that's from Lacey.
Stephanie says, don't bother getting married. You aren't ready.
You're not ready.
And Noletta says, once you're married, you should consider yourselves as one. No part of that one is bigger than the other. Compromise is an important part of every marriage.
Jason says you're not even married yet in counseling. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out this one. Definitely don't get married. It's not going to change, and that's from Jason.
Girl,
yeah,
you need to grow up. Marriage don't work that way. There's red flags, and he needs to run. That's from Diane.
Yeah, that's right. And I like what Chris says here. More information is needed, Darcy. What is your definition of breadwinner? Is it because you make more money? How much more do you make? Do you pay all of the bills? And do you actually know what all means? Answer those before I can give you the real answer. I will spend, So, and it's a good point on that. There's so many different ways you could look at it, breadwinning in a household. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Personally, Jeff and I split everything 50-50. I mean, there used to be a time when I used to write down, like, oh, you owe me. And
wow.
I did.
In your youth.
Yeah, I don't care now. I mean, we both pay the bills.
Right.
I mean, I do the actual paying.
Right.
But,
I've talked about this. The things we say in our youth are not the things we say when we're a little older and wiser. There's a reason why old and wise is, because I look back going, I'm years ago I might have had that. Well, I'm the breadwinner.
I need your share of the cable bill.
Yeah. Well,
pay up, Jeff.
Yeah, it's
You're
like
late.
You make that person just feel horrible. You make that person feel horrible, and it's like that's not a good relationship. When one person feels horrible,
you're never gonna go. Megan, we need your share of the cell bill, please.
I don't know that. I don't think that would go over well with Megan. I'm just saying, it's like we struggle. We try. I mean, financially, boy, it's like that's a conversation that's never fun for us because it's like. It's not a fun. I don't know about you guys, but isn't that the number one marriage?
It is that's the number one issue that.
Yeah. That's the number one.
Couples are arguing over.
Hey, let's sit down. Let's sit down and talk about money. Oh, geez, there we go. It's never a fun conversation. So, Darcy, we did our best to solve it for you. 99.9 are saying, number one, qualified breadwinner, and man, you're not ready to get married in this particular situation.
Well, you're the red flag, Darcy.
Well, she even said, I'm all for 50-50. But then I get to make the final decision. That tells me...
Sounds like you're a bit controlling.
Absolutely. So good luck to you and your fiance. Let us know how it turns out. Chime in, 547-KORD. App chat us. What would you do in this situation? We want to know. You got Rick and Patty.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.